Hey, welcome back. We're going to run over some big mindset stuff as we get into this next kind of lesson here. And the kind of the most overlooked aspect of marketing that I've seen through many different businesses all over the place. So I want to make sure that it's concrete and foolproof inside of your guys' heads before we kind of move over onto the build out stages and kind of figure out kind of how you want to create this offer and kind of create this landscape for everything. The biggest thing is, of course, that we're creating an ecosystem. We're not creating a one-stop shop just for one sale. We're creating a whole entire ecosystem here. This is the biggest part as we break this down. So acquisition. Acquisition is the biggest point of every single business. It's acquiring a customer. Most people spend 100% of their time and attention focused on is acquisition. They think of how to put a very nice ad to a very nice funnel and make it very nice, and then it makes to a sale, and they think, okay, perfect. We have a sale that's coming through. Let's spend more on our ads. Let's put more attention to our ads and keep this system flowing. They maybe get into our ROAS here where let's say they're spending, let's say they're spending $20 here and they're pumping out $40 here. So their first thought is, okay, how good can I make this ad? So maybe I could up the conversion rate of our funnel, and all of a sudden now we're at $60. That's really good. That's 3x ROAS right there. That's nice and pretty. But what other ways can this happen? Well, so the biggest point people miss is that there's not only acquisition in a business, there's also these two down here, which is retention and monetization. Retention is once you acquire this person, what more could you offer this person as a form of retention, retaining that client for further down the line? Say, for instance, instead of this one sale, getting the $60 here, so say it's like $10 an offer right now. I'm selling a bracelet. This is a bracelet here for $10. I spent $20 here. So that means I made $40 here, which means I sold 4 bracelets. Perfect. So now I have $40 from the first day. What else could I do with this person? What else could they also be offering? Well, they already bought 1 bracelet. So what if I retain this person and bring them into an email sequence? Well, we start sending them emails. We send them email 1, which is going to say, hey, thanks for buying this bracelet. I hope you like it. Here's one that I found that actually looks a lot like it. I wonder if you'll like it too. Here's a really quick link. They could get to it. Maybe they buy it, maybe they don't, but let's keep on retaining them as a client. What more can we give them? So we already brought them a bracelet. Well, what if we don't have anything else to offer? Maybe we could send them to a different competitor and say, hey, I'm going to send over some traffic to your platform. Could you give me like a 20% of that sale as a way of saying that I sent over that person to you? So I could send an email to, let's say I made a really nice connection with this person that sells t-shirts. I'm going to send them over to a t-shirt platform. It's like, hey, I know you brought this bracelet, but what about this t-shirt? It kind of looks exactly like what you like too. They go ahead and buy that. You get 20% of that. Let's say, let's make it easy math. It's a $10 sale. So we get that extra $2. Now, instead of 40, we're at 42 with no additional ad spend. The biggest thing is how much this compounds on itself. The more you build out this retention sequence after they made the purchase, what more could you give them? How more can you give this sequence? Keep on hitting them on that email list until they just want to say, hey, I'm going to unsubscribe. I've already got everything I need to, I think, from you. Go our separate ways. But more often than that, they'll say, hey, it's kind of spammy right now, but it's okay. Just keep on retaining that person. What more can you give them? Let's play a different role here. We're going to play a role of a call funnel. My acquisition model is saying I'm going to bring someone in through a call funnel. I have an ad that gets them to book a call on the funnel, and then the sales team closes them on the sale. Say this offer is $10,000. What more could I do to retain this person? Well, I could get them onto a monthly subscription. Let's say for that. So let's say after this $10,000, I'm retaining them on for additional, let's say like $97 a month. And now all of a sudden, instead of making just 10K, or making 10K plus that $97 a month, which means you have a higher retention, which means that you could have that higher LTV. This is the whole entire game that we're playing here is LTV. It's a lifetime value that person is going to spend with you as they join on with your company. Why is this so valuable? Is because it's no additional ad spend. It's nothing additional. It may be additional time or additional sequences or different email sequences you set up on the back end. But this is how you really actually start to expand your business out. Instead of just focusing on the front end, trying to optimize this, which still is a great idea, you could do this along with building out a better retention plan, which means you have a higher LTV, which goes into this last part is monetization. Monetization is all about your LTV. What's your LTV of a customer coming through? Let's say for this model here, we have 10,000, which is 90 and plus that $97 a month. Let's say over the course of a year, they spend, I was going to round just to 11K. Let's say for that. So every person that I bring in through this sale means that they're going to spend close to around $11,000 with our business. So what can I do with that number? I could take that back to our acquisitions model and say, hey, we can spend no more than $11,000 a month, and that means we're at break even. So we could tell the marketing people like, hey, we could get a little bit more aggressively with our ads, or it's be something that you could also look out for too and say, hey, we could be a little bit more aggressive. We're seeing $11,000 coming through us for LTV. Let's say we're spending at least $2,000 to acquire a customer. We're looking really healthy right now. That means that we're very profitable. It's 5x plus into our business of ROAS coming through here. So how much more can we make out of this? How can we optimize this, get a better LTV out of our attention so that we can spend more on our ads? That's the whole entire system here. That's why these credit card companies are able to spend so much money on these different little offers or different platforms or free file like the flyer miles or all these cash back is because they know their LTV better than anyone else. They know that once people buy a credit card, people are going to default on their payments. They're not going to pay you a month, and all of a sudden, instead of an LTV of just a normal amount, which say they're paying back like $100, now they have like a 30% charge on top of it. So they make 100 and I think it's $30, $130 additional from what they were already making, just $100 from that retention formula. That's the biggest thing that I want to take into account here is this acquisition, retention, and monetization model whenever you look at your business top to bottom to figure out how you could play this role a little bit better. We're going to work on this acquisition all throughout this whole entire system here. But always remember how much more can we give this person that they purchased with us? What additional things can we upsell them on later on? All right, I think that's about it. Thanks.